Okay, so yes, we indeed can come over here, and here we go. And now, if I press the up arrow because I want to go away from these mirrors, it's going to go that way. I'm all confused. I don't know what direction I'm going here. All right, this is very confusing. Okay. So, let's go to player control. See where this happens. Okay, we pass a direction into Q game control. So when you press the key, we decide what direction it is. So as long as we update the direction every frame, then when you press the key, that direction gets buffered, which is good because if the viewpoint is changing relatively rapidly, we would like to go the direction when you queued the command, not when it gets issued later if you've been slamming several direction keys. Ooh, I don't know how this is going to work when I put gritty chocolate in there. I don't know if we'll find out. Preparing instructions are inside. I don't see them. This is an elaborate package. Pour the chocolate in a bowl and whisk in 10 fluid ounces of hot milk or water little by little, stir until the chocolate is melted. Heat it up. Okay, dude. They say serve very warm and frothy. That's how we're going to have it, but we're not going to do it in a bowl. Well, this counts as a bowl, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how robust our device is. Okay. Now, okay. So when do we say Q game control? There we go. So for now, I'm just going to say X axis right, and Y axis is V3010, and we're going to convert these calls to say X axis times -1, right? X axis, Y axis times -1, Y axis, and the same here. Okay, so now let's not even bother with a release build. Who cares? Now this should just work. Okay, that's number one. Oh, it's very warm. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, let's start it up. How much do we put in? Is the question. Let's live dangerously. Let's start it spinning. And see what happens. Oh yeah. It's like a whirlpool. It's like a tornado of chocolate. I hope you could see that. You may not have a steep enough camera angle. Let's steepen the camera angle. Oh, my cable doesn't reach. Okay, for next time, we're going to have to extend the cable. All right, I don't know how much to put in. It says this thing is 5 servings. I want to make sure I don't make it weak, though. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. Do we think that's enough? That's probably enough. Well, tiny bit more. Dude, I got to reward myself for the chicken dinner, okay? We had a good... Actually, this isn't going to overflow. We don't need the lid. You'll get better visuals with no lid. I'm all about making sure the people out there get to see what they came for. All right. So I'm just going to go by temperature, I guess. You know, this is pretty good. I feel like we're ready. I feel like we've got a very specialty hot chocolate here. Oh, look at that frothy goodness. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've got so much extra. I measured out the milk. That's how frothy it is it made extra. Well, I guess the chocolate has volume as well. I will say, it's not very sugary, which is interesting. I was expecting a very sugary hot chocolate, and that is not what I got. Maybe that's good, because I did have a milkshake today. It's also not as pepperminty as I expect. It's not my favorite, honestly, but it's all right. All right, I'm gonna wash this so that we don't get solidified chocolate. I'm just gonna rinse it. Okay. Well, so now I'm going to have to do compare and contrast with other peppermint hot chocolates because we're going into the Christmas season. So I think we can't really leave it at one single peppermint hot chocolate, can we? That doesn't make much sense to me. So we're going to have to survey. It's weird. So the ingredients says dude, one serving is 500 calories. That's insane. What? And it says 24 grams of sugar, 8 grams of protein, 39 grams of fat. Oh, this is for the nutrition facts as if this whole thing was one serving. So, you know, it's like 100 to 150 per. Okay. Now, so, okay, well, my characters can move, so I didn't screw that up. They're moving in the direction that I expect. Now the thing is, when we change the viewpoint, it'll still be messed up because we didn't change anything. So I'm confused about where I'm going now. And then I'm not confused about where I'm going. Okay, so now we just have to update the camera position. Now there's always this weird thing, and I might let it slide for now, but like, you know, in a game loop, you have different tasks that you do, and you pick an order in which you do those tasks, right? The typical way for things to go fast is you do input, then you simulate based on that input, and then you render. That's like a tight, single-threaded game loop, all right? The problem is not really that much of a problem, but the theoretical problem is because input is before simulate, and we are how do I explain? Input is before simulate, and let's say simulate is when we move the camera, and by render time we had better have the camera ready. Well, we'll be using camera information for the previous frame, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to make a note here that that's the case. We're going to comment these. Whoops. We're just going to say, I don't even know, current camera x-axis. Actually, let's put that on. Let's just actually put that here. Now we have a forward vector. Let's call it character movement so that there's no question. So manager, camera, character, movement, x-axis. Manager, camera, character, movement, y-axis. And we'll initialize those. I don't want to put a constructor on camera, and we can't initialize to literals yet in this language, to vector literals yet in this language, because I just have never done that. So we'll initialize this. Oh, I was going to say robustness, because input is before sim and render, it is very likely that we are using camera data from the previous frame. And we are also on the first frame, we will be using the default values. So the reason saying I'm letting this slide is because there's not really that much to do about this, unless you want to do like a silent test render of your scene just to figure out the camera directions. I don't know. You could do, you wouldn't have to do a render. You would just call the camera update code, but like that adds enough weird complication. It's probably not worth it. All right. So we generate buffered moves from held keys. We use these, and let's just Okay. So we're going to go into main and, actually, don't I have like a make entity? Let's look for where we new up an entity manager. Okay, it's in this file for some reason. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And we'll say movement init. We're just setting the default values. And we still don't update these. However, I should still be able to move around. I am able to move around. And of course, when I do this, I'm still going in confused directions. Okay, great. We haven't screwed anything up. So now let's go to camera. So we say update game camera. We do some things. And okay, so we have the camera orientation here. All right. So now, what's the best way to do this? I could I'm just going to have a list of 4 possible vectors. And I don't know. Let's just do this. Update the character movement axis variables. Let's just do it. Incomplete. Do something to figure out the x-axis. Well, we're just going to say for now x-axis is v3100, and we'll say y-axis is just the x-axis rotated by 90 degrees. Y-axis is v3 x-axis dot minus x-axis dot y, x-axis dot x, comma 0. That's just a rotation by 90 degrees in the xy plane. And we'll say camera character movement x-axis is x-axis, and similarly for y. And we still should be able to move around and not do anything. Okay. It's all fine. So now we actually start doing the real work. We'll say camera X. This is going to be confusing. Well, we'll rotate the camera's x-axis like that. So now that's in world space. And then we'll say dot x is dot product camera x, and Okay, so now if the x-axis in world space is most aligned either positively or negatively, because they could be pointing opposite directions, with the camera x, then okay, if dot x is less than 0, x-axis is v3 minus 1, right? Else x-axis is v3 1, 0, 0, right? Otherwise, if y is dominating, then yeah, that's right. Something like that. Let's see if that worked. Is there undo in the game? Yes. If so, how will that interact with viewpoint changes? It won't interact. Why would it interact? Okay, I'm able to move. Now the question is, did that code actually kick in? Nope. I'm still going in confused directions, and they're exactly the same confused directions as before. Usually when that happens, it's because the code that we did just like isn't running or whatever, which then might mean that our reassurances that we didn't screw it up are false reassurances. Let's just print this. Actually, what's it called? Fast report. What's it called? Game report. Short game report. Tprint. Dot x is whatever. Dot y is whatever. X-axis whatever. Dot x dot y x-axis. That might be too much for the size of font that we draw. Let's just see. See if that even comes up. Yeah. We're picking y as the x-axis. None of this seems good. Oh! Okay, well, we're not using this camera. So the thing I forgot is that the x-axis for the camera is actually the forward vector. So camera x, the left vector is the y-axis. So it's 0, minus 1, 0, minus y. Okay. Now that doesn't explain why. All right. So now dot x makes sense. And dot y is small. And now when I rotate the camera, now dot x should become small and dot y should become big. And it does. Okay, that's working. The question is, why isn't this getting to the other thing? Okay. So like we're setting the values on the camera. We're going to spam both of these. Like, does it somehow get reset before it gets there? I don't think it would. Wait, what? What? Why is our short game report? Oh, because we only... Oh, guys! This routine, generate buffered moves from held keys, is only one of the cases for player input. Okay? This is not what happens when you initially press a key. I just found that and assumed we were done. Nope, look, we have these keybind procs. Ugh. Ugh, okay. Well, how do we want to do this? I want to wrap these things okay. I think we have a direction enum. Yeah, so we can use this. So I'm going to say Q game control west, west, east, east, north, oops, north, okay. Then we go to Q game control. Oh, direction to vector. Since this is a camera space direction and we manager.camera has a mapping from that to world space. Okay, so switch, or no, if this is not C++, north, south, east, west, default, assert, false. Okay, we're gonna say so we do this, we will say if, north just means Q gained control of, well, y-axis, right? South is East is X, right? Something like that. Oh, that's not a colon. Oh. Okay. So, hey, I'm correctly moving still. Let's see what happens. Yes! I'm able to move where I want to move. Yes! We have done a feature. Now, as a special bonus, we can also do this for the editor. I think. I don't know how the editor does. All right. See, I can change viewpoints and actually know where I'm going. It's great. It's almost like a video game. This is me trying to fight a guy in Blackout right here. That's what combat is like in Blackout. Yeah, you can't, if things are in the corner or in the side, you can't get it by pushing. It's true. Then you're kind of stuck. You're stuck. This guy doesn't pull. He only pushes. All right. So now in the editor, we have a similar situation where if I grab this, I can hit like Shift and direction keys, right, to move this block around. But if I bring my camera somewhere random, they're all confused. Okay, first I'm going to check this in. We are saying gameplay camera picks world space directions each frame. Yeah, whatever. I'm not good at explaining things today. So now the question is, I don't remember if the editor goes through this camera system. I don't think it does. Editor free camera mode. Yeah. Yeah, this has its own thing. And we're just going to cut and paste this from actually, okay. Okay. We'll call it the same thing. we're going to do that. And here we're going to say same thing. Okay. And then this whole thing, and we don't really need a comment now. We don't need that incomplete. Okay. Get movement axes. I guess I'll put parens around that for readability. Oh, we didn't make that. And then on camera, we had this. And we're just going to leave that tag here so that if we wonder why that's there, okay. So now we're not actually using this yet. So I don't know why I'm running the game. I'm just making sure it compiles. It's still going to go the wrong direction because, yeah. But just like what we did over there, we're going to have an editor key bindings and at least I thought it would be editor key bindings. Oh, no, we have... Oh, no. So our problem is the way we did this here in the key bindings is different, so we may have to do more work. Not much more, but... So here's our key map file, and it says run this command called move selection, and it just uses world space things. Because that was just a very general way to do it. Like, hey, we have a move selection command in the console, let's just use it. We don't want to do that anymore. What's going on here? So we want, let's just say, move selection north, move selection south, or so the thing is, you can't Right now, key map procs don't take arguments except for a Boolean about whether the key is down or up. So I think we just make 6. I mean, it doesn't seem the most elegant, but whatever. North, south, east, west, up, down, and okay, so we're going to say move selection shared. Sorry about all the coughing. Maybe this hot chocolate is making me cough. Oh no. Move selection shared direction.north, right? So we're just going to paste that. Whoops. Can get rid of that. South, east, west, up, down, scope file, and then okay. Except not Q game control. It's, well, we're going to look up okay. So now instead of Q game control, we want, what was it called? Move selection. Translate by delta. Or we could just call command. Okay, so we just do a vector. And then I'm just going to say wow, dude, this hot chocolate. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something else. All right. Let me get some water in case I'm allergic to hot chocolate. I might have a mild allergy to whatever this is. My throat feels funny. If it constricts so much that I fall on the floor, Somebody call 911. Not yet. I don't mean somebody call 911 now. I mean if that happens. Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on. I'm not allergic to most chocolate, but this particular hot chocolate might have something in it that my body doesn't like. Okay, I'm still able to move this block. That is good, but the question is, what happens now? Hey, it's good, it's working. Okay, question is, what happened if I almost give it a frickin' singularity? I don't know if we can point all the way down, but well, it's making sense. It's Miller time. I feel very good about this. I feel... Okay, this is when you send the good email to the team. Let me check this in. Editor. I gotta plug my mouse in. It's flashing at me. Editor. Arrow key move now pays attention to now pays attention to camera orientation. Okay, so now that's not the whole story, unfortunately. That's one command. There's another command that we have. Let's start again. That rotates objects to a specified direction. All right. So, like if I've got this guy, if I hit Control right arrow, he faces that way. Control up arrow, he faces that way. If I go like this, Control up arrow, oh, he's there. Control down arrow, oh, he's there. It's using the old directions. We would like it to use the new directions. Let's look in the key map. So Control rotate selection to, okay. Now, okay, let's just try this. Same thing, right? Whoops. Let's do the whole thing. Rotate selection shared direction dot whatever. We're just pasting this. North, north, south, south, east, east, west, west. All right, and then rotate selection shared. For now, I'm going to leave it in an angle theta because that's how we're doing it. But at some point, I might want to change that because we might want to orient things to point upward in rare cases. I don't know. We'll see. And you can't do that with just a scalar angle. But for now, oh, we can't really do it anyway. Okay. So let's look at our command. This is going to be really annoying. fan is getting loud. Okay, rotate selection to theta. See, we do all this stuff. Like, we actually want a theta value, but then we also set up the quaternion based on that. We okay, so I think kind of what I want to do is just do something okay. Here's what we're going to do. We want a theta we're going to pass a theta offset. In fact, we don't need a direction. We just need a theta offset. So we say world is get open world. If no world, return. Theta is atan 2 of world character movement y-axis, world.character x-axis, and round to int and back in case anything funky is going on. So this is going to be 360 over tau times that, because we want it in degrees. And then command rotate selection to theta. Theta is going to be plus equals theta offset. If theta is greater than 360, theta minus equals 360. All right, so we're going to say theta is cast to float, cast int theta. Oh. All right. All right. Okay. So now these, so rotate selection share just takes a theta offset. So oh, these are supposed to be rotate. And then here we just say theta offset is 90. It is 270. It is 0. And it is 180. All right. Redeclaration of theta. Whoops. Yes. Atan 2. Oh, I'm giving it axes. X-axis. I totally had a brain lapse there. I thought the right thing, and I typed the wrong thing. We want that. All right. This is really dumb. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay, first of all, did we mess up the linear movement? Nope. All right. Let's try rotating this guy. Hey, hey, it works. It works the first time. Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. Let's go this way. Up, left, right, down, 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 up, left, right. In editor, character rotation now follows. Dude, everyone is going to like this a lot. I'm going to send an email saying, guess what? The keyboard-based editor movement, keyboard-based movement in the editor, shift arrows to move things by 1 square, control arrows to rotate things. Now pays attention to, or now adapts to the current camera direction. What will they think of next? Okay. I will now send this out to the team. And everyone will be happy about that. We'll just say adapts to the camera direction. Doesn't matter if it's current camera direction. Angle values look 1 off in the properties. Oh, I didn't even think. Really? Thank you for spotting that. Why would that be? All right. So theta, where's theta? Theta current, theta target. All right. 0, 90, 180. What are you talking about? What do you mean 1 off? They're perfect. Are you trolling me? Oh, rotate the camera. Okay. 1! Oh my God. You are correct. Okay, those casts are not doing what I thought. Is my cast to int like rounding for some reason? Maybe we're not setting rounding mode correctly in the back end. Let's see if that, okay, let's see if that's different in the LLVM backend, first of all. So before we were using the x64 instruction generator that I wrote, and now we are using the LLVM backend. It is also off. Or maybe my logic is just off. Well, first of all, let's just do the frickin' ATAN2 without let's just take this out. All right. Yeah, so now, I mean, we're getting -0 or whatever, because that's what ATAN2, but like, so I just want to make sure it's numerically exact and that we don't have, so ATAN2 should give us perfect results, because everything we hand in is like 1, 1 or -1, 1. You know what? Let's not call ATAN2. Let's just do this, because theta equals 180. To 1. Let's call it V, just because we're doing X's and Y's. That's better than calling A tan 2 and doing 360 divided by tau and all that. And we'll just have, oh, it's a floating point. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now that said, I'm still a little bit bothered because I'm not sure why we were rounding, but you know. Okay. Thank you for noticing that. Saved me some time. Nickname validated? Oh, bug found. Yeah, totally. Well, I think that's it. I think it's Miller time. We did about an hour of programming. We made some hot chocolate that almost caused me to choke to death. Hungarian hot chocolate. One of our people working on this game is from Hungary, so maybe I will bring this in and give it to her and say, it is the hot chocolate of your people, not the hot chocolate of my people.